Squatters, it's getting tough by the day. The issue of DRC, I think is going to go a long way, a long way. Qale ngokubonga support and all the people who watch my content. Thank you very much. Shout out to you, everyone. Zambia, Mozambique, Botswana, Lesotho, everywhere, including Lana, Mzansi, Soweto, Pitori, Mahlayeng 012, everywhere. Thank you very much, good people, for watching my content, and I will always be grateful for your support, and keep watching. Let's quickly carry on with this issue of DRC. DRC is now becoming a concern. Recently, the Rwandan president, Paul Kagame, was making a very stern warning, issued a very stern warning to our president that, listen, stop lying about me and all of that. And now the relationship is getting sour because I feel more like our president doesn't know how to handle sensitive matters. I've got that feeling. And now I agree with the EFF's president, Julius Malema, that we need to withdraw our military force there. We can't be exposing our brothers and sisters when they are ill-trained, when they are ill-equipped, in a very hostile situation. Because that situation there, there's no negotiation there. There's only a barrel of a gun there that is communicating to each other. So I feel the president is mishandling this issue, and the first thing that we need to do is to withdraw our military force and let this country, DRC, deal with its own issues, because now we look more like we are not there as peacekeepers. We are there to join force to fight. So which is something that we never intended to in the first place. That's not part of the agreement. Another thing is that I heard that NG Mutseka was absent, the Minister of Defense, for the portfolio meeting, and they had to postpone. You see, people who are not serious with their job, hey, they will always disappoint. Now I don't understand what exactly are they going to do, because they put someone who doesn't really have interest there, but only cares about getting paid every month and all the allowances, travel allowance, all of that, medical aid for free. And now, when she's supposed to do her job, she's not actually doing her job. I feel like she's not doing enough. I don't know what is Mr. Ramaphosa going to do with this issue, but now it's a test, for the president that, listen, you need to be firm, you need to now start acting like a president, because the other president, Paul Kagame, has shown you that he is a president, he is in charge there. And if you want him, he will avail himself. You can see, the language he was using, the Rwandan president, that he really meant business. And for the fact that he has got a background of the military and all of that, so he was a commander, it's so sad that our president now is getting embarrassed when he's supposed to also engage his peer, because that is his peer. He must engage him and say, listen, we need to resolve this issue. And by the way, President Paul Kagame is not actually someone who's promoting violence and all of that. He said that, listen, we want this issue to be resolved as a matter of agency, but anyone who actually charge at us, we will respond accordingly. So that's the kind of leadership we need from our president. By the way, he must actually promote peace, but the first thing that he needs to do is to withdraw our military, because I have a feeling that there's going to be more casualties there. And by the way, the M23 rebels have actually defeated our defense force, our military, including the DRC. They have surrendered. It's no longer a secret. I could see that they were trying to downplay it. The fact of the matter is that they have actually surrendered there, and they took their rifles and they disarmed our military, by the way. So you can see that now we are running a very high risk. Now we need to negotiate, because what if those guys, they kidnap our soldiers, they hold them hostage or something. Then we need to negotiate in exchange of our soldiers. And for that, it's going to be a very expensive exercise, because they will need money from South Africa to do that. And we need to save lives. And if that happens, then that is you know, I don't know, that is a disaster. And by the way, it's a ticking time bomb. So we need to withdraw our forces. Let's not be heroes here. Let's not be heroes. Our military, as much as they are ill-equipped because of the tenders that are running in South Africa, the defense force, their corruption and everything, everyone is actually filling up their pockets, but now forgetting about people's lives. So it's worrisome. I agree with the CIC Julius Malema to say, let's withdraw our military. And by the way, on the same tweet, Helen Zille responded, for the first time seeing Helen Zille, the DA's federal chairperson, agreeing with Julius Malema to say, listen, sometimes I agree with Julius. We need to withdraw our military force there, because we are not going to win this. We are not going to win this, and now we are looking bad. We are seen as people who are promoting and perpetuating divisions and all of this. So let's withdraw. President Tshisekedi must just accept that we tried. You know, the DRC's president, we tried to help him, but now this thing is turning around, like as if we are actually there to fight, to help him fight. You know, fighting the rebels, it's a very, very complex task, because those people, they are highly trained, they are skilled, they are used to fighting, they are used to shooting, they are sharpshooters, they've got snipers, they've got all of those things. They are fully equipped. And by the way, all of these wars, we know, Uguti, that somehow they are being sponsored, you know, they are being supplied with arms and ammunitions, you know, to fight these battles. And by the way, those M23 rebels are Congolese. They know that country very well. They know all the corners and everything. Now he's sending our military there. We are exposing them. Now we've got 13 defense force members who died there. They passed away there. And some are injured. Some are still in injuries. And you know, we are exposing them to such a very high risk. I don't know, Squatters. Maybe you will say something that will actually convince me otherwise. But the feeling now and the mood now is for us to, as soon as possible, as in yesterday, withdraw our military. And before we send them again, we need to retrain them, because I don't think they are, like I always mention, that they are not really trained to face such situations, because that is a hostile situation. There's no peace there. There's only a gun, the sound of a gun, a rifle and explosives, everything, missiles. So there's no peace there. We need to withdraw our defense force as soon as possible. Anyone who thinks we must keep those poor defense force members there, especially our military, other countries, I don't know. I don't want to speak on behalf of them, because the DRC cannot withdraw its military in its own country, by the way. But South Africa must withdraw, because those people are not trained. Those people are ill-trained, are ill-equipped, and they are not ready emotionally, mentally, or otherwise for those kind of violence situations. So we need to withdraw. And I think also they will also agree, they themselves, that listen, we want to go home. We want to go home. It's not a friendly situation there. You know, back in the 80s, 90s, yes, we used to send our defense force all the time. But now, like I'm saying, that our military is getting weaker. They need to be retrained. So that situation is very, very bad for them. We need to withdraw them, as in yesterday. I hope President Cyril Ramaphosa will adhere to this call and to this request that, listen, let's withdraw our military, let's renegotiate, let's relook at these things, because corruption gets into the way that people buy cheap equipment, people misuse funds and all of that. Our soldiers are eating unhealthy food, by the way, there. Are eating unhealthy food, the conditions are dire and all of that. And now we keep those poor, I know for the fact that in the military, when you You work outside the country, there's more income and all of that, but money will never buy your life. Money will never buy your life. You need to withdraw. You need to come back home, because as a matter of urgency, you really need to be here, back in your home country. There's no war here. Come back here, because those people, they are going to mess up with your life. And we can't have more of our military dying there in the name of trying to maintain peace. There's no peace there. Withdraw. And you can see also other neighboring countries are also looking at South Africa as a country that is helping the DRC to fight, actually, not to maintain peace and all of that. So I don't know, squatters, you'll say your part, but I feel like, no, let's withdraw. Let's withdraw and let's have our military back to South Africa. Then we can start talking about other things. And then we must retrain them to make sure that they are highly trained, they are fully equipped, they can face such violent situations. I don't know, that's my take. Withdraw the military.